recording these lessons. So if you do not want actually, instead of going there, I'm just going to say, let's hold all questions until I get to the end and I ask, does anybody have a question? Because it ends up taking up way too much time to stop and ask questions throughout. And oftentimes, if you will listen, instead of think about your question, I actually will answer the question before you even have the question, okay? So, for the sake of our recording, let's stay on mute. Let's wait till the end until you have any questions. Welcome. Today is Monday, December 14th, 2020. Our agenda today is not a massive work day. Let me change that. You know what's really cool is that I can do this all while I'm going through it. It is not a massive work day today. We had one of those on Friday, and I really hope you guys took the time to really catch up on your stuff, because that was awesome for our principal to give us the opportunity to do so, because it's a huge help. I know many of you got some makeup work done. Many of you finished up some assignments from last week. It was just awesome. So we're going to review our Google Meets etiquette because some of you are still not leaving your cameras on, and that is a district policy, not a me policy. It's a district policy. Review our class norms, review and recite our mission statement and goal. Then we're going back to the warm-up. Now, your warm-up does include 5 days, but we're only going to do 3 of them. If you choose to do all 5 days, great. You are increasing your learning and your knowledge. Then we will go into Canvas. There are actually 3 reviews in Canvas, and we will talk about those a little bit more when we get to that point. You guys don't have math workshops, so I need to clear that off. Let me do this. All right. Nope, that was totally wrong. What's really cool is that it records me fixing all my mistakes. So, you know that. Definitely not perfect. All right, so just to be clear, we're going to review our Google Meets etiquette, review our Google norms, review and recite our mission statement and goals, go over our science warm-up, and then go on Canvas and look at the 3 little fun reviews that are in there. All right, our Google etiquette is to show up on time. We start promptly at 7:50 and announcements start. Please make sure that you have a quiet place to work, that you are not surrounded by a ton of distractions. Make sure you have all materials and supplies that you might possibly need. Mute your microphone so that we are not interrupting and so that we can all listen. Make sure your video is on. You are on because that is what they tell us to do. That means that you are fully engaged in your learning when I can see everything going on. Make sure that you use the nod, the raise your hand button. Like if you scroll over to the bottom of your screen, you have 3 dots in the middle. Well, you have the 3 dots, the microphone to hang up the video, and then you have your raise your hand. So make sure that you click on that raise your hand button if you have a question. A little hand shows up in the corner of your screen for me, and your name pops up so that I know that you have a question. Sit up fully engaged in your learning. That is just statistically proven to improve your learning when you sit up and you are engaged. Leave at the end of the meeting. Again, it is against district policy to sit around and hang out on meetings without a teacher present. Give me just a minute to finish up some attendance stuff. Make sure I have everybody present before I go enter it in. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is our class norms. Our class norms are to be kind, be respectful, and be working. Being kind means it's not only about what we say, but it's how we say it. Our tone, our words, ideas, and our thoughts. So oftentimes our thoughts and our ideas come out in our tone, okay? Sometimes we're not aware of it. But we need to remember that we need to always have a joyful tone. Be respectful. Listen, look, and allow others to do the same. This is one of the reasons why we ask you to make sure that you have a nice place to sit while you're working. Because if you're doing this, that is a massive, massive distraction to other people's learning, and that's not very respectful. You're not really giving them the choice to pay attention. Also, be working. I promise you, if you are sitting in your think spot and you are working, number 1 and number 2 just kind of fall into place. Our mission statement, you do not need to unmute. I can see your mouth moving. We will work together as friends and family. Oh, so sad. Not everybody's participating. Let's try that again. We will work together as friends and family. In Mrs. Metz's class, to gain more knowledge, to work, and to learn. So we can all be successful. We will listen to each other, help each other, and encourage each other. That one's my favorite. We will make things happen. And show the world that we will not accept anything short of our best. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Our class goal is 100%. That means all of you. Mrs. Metz students will show growth on unit assessments throughout the 2020-2021 school year. They will accomplish this goal by being purposeful and intentional with their time and learning. Purposeful and intentional. You have to do the work. Nobody can do it for you. You have to be intentional and do it on purpose. It ain't always going to be easy, because not everything is easy. But once you put in that work and effort, guys, I promise you, the pride and the power you feel in the things that you accomplish are amazing. It's amazing, which is what we're working for here, right? All right. Today's learning objective is you will review states of matter, types of energy, and the changes to the Earth's surface, which is the weathering, erosion, and deposition. You will know you have learned these concepts by completing the coloring pages at 100%. Not 90, not 80, not 70, 100%. If you want a 100, you got to give 100, right? Right? You when you pay 100% of the price for that hamburger, do you expect only half of it? Oh, you expect all of it. You get kind of upset when you go pay for that meal and you don't have it all, don't you? So if you want to get 100% on an assignment, you've got to do 100% on the assignment, right? Give everything you got. Promise you it'll pay off in the end. Our warm-up champs, communication is at a level 0. For us, that means we stay on mute. If you need help, raise your hand and wait patiently. It's that little raise your hand button. Your activity is your reading, thinking, solving, typing, maybe even drawing. Your movement is to stay in your spot. Please, stay in your thinking spot. Let's not get up and walk around with the computer. It's a pretty good indication that you are not doing what you need to be doing. Your participation is you are 100% focused on your work. Please do not worry about what somebody else is doing. You need to, so that we can all be successful. I'm going to move, this is what the warm-up looks like. So for Monday, you are going to draw a diagram of a complete circuit in the space below and label each part. Then number 2, you are going to draw a diagram of an incomplete circuit in the space below and label each part. You guys, a few weeks ago, we did the whole battery and the light bulb. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about circuits, okay? Complete and incomplete circuits. So, if you don't remember, you can easily go look up complete circuit and incomplete circuit, and when you get on Cami, you can draw those pictures out and label them, right? Draw the pictures out and label them. I may have to do it on a separate sheet of paper because I'm not fancy like you guys. I don't have a Chromebook with touchscreen. All right, so let me show you how to get into your warm-up, just in case you don't remember, because I know it's kind of been a minute since we've done it, right? If you notice, I am signing into my class links. I'm opening up my class links. And then I'm going to scroll down to my Canvas. And then I'm going to click on Mrs. Met's 4th grade, because that's me and you. I'm going to go into Student View. And you guys taught me a really cool shortcut. Even though there's those sunflowers down at the bottom, I don't have to scroll down. I can go click on Modules, right? I'm going to go click on Modules. The current week is right here on top, right? How cool is that? And y'all taught me that. Week 17 warm-up. Load week 17 warm-up in a new window. I'm going to authorize my Google Drive, which I'm going to make sure that it's with my school email address, right? So if yours happens to do that, you see the list of chosen accounts, well, y'all, it's not showing up on your end. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that. I'm going to authorize my HEB ISD account, make sure it has access, and there you go. And so now, some of you talk about how it's too small, you can't draw in it. I want to show y'all something really cool. Up here, you have a plus and minus sign in the upper right-hand corner on the right-hand side of your screen. If I click on that plus sign, look at that! It gets bigger! Whoa! Gives you all kinds of space, doesn't it? All right. I am going to give you 5 minutes to work on this, and then we will talk about and share what we have. And go. Go ahead and change this word diagram to picture so that we understand in the future that means the same thing, right? All right, so here's my battery. I have plus and minus. It ain't a fancy battery. It does not have to be a fancy battery. I'm going to draw my wire, right? Draw my wire to, I don't know, a light bulb. I'm going to draw another wire, right? All right, so this is my light bulb, and because it says label it, doesn't it? Label, see, label each part. So I'm going to label light bulb. I'm going to label my wire. I'm going to label my wire. And I'm going to label my battery. My battery. See? I'm going to do the incomplete circuit. I'm going to draw the same thing. I'm going to draw my battery. Draw a wire. Draw my light bulb. But this time it's not going to be on. Draw another wire, but it's not going to be connected. See, it is disconnected. So I'm going to draw a wire. Nope, that's a light bulb is not a wire. Oh my goodness. Made a light bulb. Light bulb. Wire. Wire. Battery. And I want, just because I can, I want to make note here that wires are not connected. An open circuit means that the wires are not connected, right? They are not connected. So I am watching what you guys are doing. I can see what you're doing. I am going to give you a couple of minutes to get this done so that you can remember that when you're doing this warm-up, you don't submit. You submit, save as, right? Submit, save as. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to finish this up and click submit, save as, because I don't want anybody to be left behind. So I want you to go ahead and do that. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes and then we'll check in. Set a 5-minute timer.
Okay, 5 minutes and counting.
And I'm going to go back to the agenda. On our agenda, it says that we are to do Science Week 17 State of Matter Review. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to do just the State of Matter Review. There's 3 of them. I honestly do not care what order you do them in. If you look, though, when my computer catches up to me. There are 3 reviews. You see Science Week 17 State of Matter, Science Week 17 Types of Energy, and Science Week 17 Weathering, Erosion, and Deposition Review. The thing with these is it's kind of a fun little spin on just reviewing. So all 3 of them are coloring pages. So I'm going to open up the State of Matter one so I can kind of show you what to do. We're waiting. All right. So the first page has questions and answers. So it basically gives you answer choice A, B, and C. You can see that by the title. So the first column is your question. The second column is answer choice A. The third column is answer choice B. And the fourth column is answer choice C. So it's kind of like having A, B, and C. So kind of show you what it is. Number 1 says anything that takes up space and has a mass is called matter. So I am going to circle that answer, go to drawing. I'm going to use pink because y'all know, or maybe y'all don't know, I like pink and yellow, okay? So I'm going to use pink, and I'm going to circle that answer. So number 1, anything that takes up space and has mass is called matter. So I'm going to circle the matter, and then I'm going to go to page 2. And all my number 1s are going to be colored blue. Do you see that? All my number 1s are going to be colored blue. So I'm going to go over here, change my color to blue. And I don't want that blue. I want a real blue. I want the Rubik's Cube blue. And so this number 1 is going to be blue. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm going to color that one blue. This one's blue. This number 1 is blue. Do I see any more number 1s? Oh, those are only number 1s. Okay, fantastic. So, that's what you do. You answer number 1, and then I'm going to put a check mark next to it to show that I did it. So, you look at the question number 1, and you find out what color it is, and then you go down there and you find all your number 1s so that you can color them the color of your answer. All right? You do that.